may have heard the story of a man who had committed 99 murders. And after all these murders, he had this guilt, this ongoing guilt, due to which he went and asked someone that he felt was a very religious person. And he said, "Look, I've killed 99 people, and I'm just wondering if there's some way back for me." So that person told him that, "No, you've gone way too far. You're a serial murderer, and there's absolutely nothing you can do but suffer the consequences of your actions." So this fellow got upset and killed him too, and made it an even 100. But inside, he still had this sense of guilt and remorse, and somewhere, even in the mind of the person doing the worst acts, is this desire to be a better person or to be liked by people. No one wants to be the person that everyone hates, that everyone looks down at. So he went off in search for another person who told him that, yes, there is a way back for you, but the thing is that you must leave the area that you live, you must leave the people that are in your environment, go to another environment, and that's your only hope. So this person decided that, yes, I'm going to do this. I'm going to leave all of those people and things that were having an influence on me, and that's it. So he left that area, and as he was traveling, he died. So the angels of mercy came and the angels of punishment came, each of them saying that, well, we're going to take him. The angels of mercy said, well, look, he had repented and he was on his way to starting a new life and making amends for what he had done. And the angels of punishment said, no, he hadn't reached there yet. He wasn't quite there yet. So he doesn't qualify for mercy. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent a third angel to decide amongst them. He said, why don't you guys do something? Measure the distance that he had covered against the distance that was left. If he had covered more distance, then the angels of mercy get to take him. And if he had still a greater distance to go than he had covered, then the angels of punishment can take him. So they did this, they measured the distance, and they found that he was just slightly closer to the place that he was going. And in one hadith it's mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered the earth to shrink on one side and to stretch from the other side, so that when they measured it, they found him to be closer. Otherwise, he wasn't actually closer to his destination. He was closer to where he was leaving from. So through this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ is giving us so many lessons. The first is that we never despair from the mercy of Allah. We should never ever despair. We should never give up on ourselves. We should always have hope in ourselves and have hope that one day I will also have the chance to make amends, and I will make amends. The second thing we learn is that you have to do something to make up for what you've done. You can't sit around waiting on it and wishing for it. Because as long as you are sitting there wishing for it, nothing is going to happen. So in this case, it was the influence of the environment this person had grown up in and lived in all his life that had made him that way. And he had to be ready, he had to make the decision to leave that place. Similarly, there will be times when we have to make a decision to leave our negative influences and those things that are having a negative impact on us. We will have to make that choice, otherwise there's no path of rectification, of correction for us. And we also learn that when a person starts making the effort and gets on that path, then the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will come, and Allah will go, as we can say, go out of His way to make sure things happen in your favor. In this case, the earth was shrunk on one side and it was stretched from the other side, and that was an arrangement that was made for this person because he had taken this serious step and gone out of his way to do whatever needed to be done. And we learn from it the power of intention when it meets the power of action. You have to intend to do things to make them happen. If we are not intending to do them, and we are not doing them for the right reasons, then we are not going to see results in our lives. We're not going to see the impact of our nice feelings and our nice wishes and aspirations, or that little voice in the head that tells us, I want to be good and I want to improve. We're never going to see the effects of that. So, first of all, we should all have in our hearts, in our minds, the desire to improve and the desire to do whatever it takes to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to become better people. The second thing is, we need to bring within ourselves the power to make the decision to do whatever it takes to reform, to do whatever it takes to become better, because it's not going to happen by sitting around. We're going to have to take some steps. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq and understanding. Wa sallallahu wa sallam wa baraka ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi.